All right, good morning. It is amazing. It's -3 out, and the sun feels like, like the sun should feel like hot. Yeah, it's crazy how the temperature can swing, almost 30 degrees in, 24, 48 hours. But, anyways, back at the garage, I'm going to keep the door open and I'm not even going to turn any heat on. But yeah, just going to start on my electrical. I got a little fuse block. How does this pop off? So all my 12-volt stuff's going to be connected to this with little mini blade fuses. And it's nice. They have little red LEDs that light up when the fuse goes out or burns out. So yeah, that'll be nice. Bought a few other goodies from Princess Auto, like some shrink tubing, some other lugs to crimp on the heavier gauge wires. Cheap tire repair kit. I think this was $5. I mean, so in a pinch, I got an air compressor, and I can, pull a screw out or something like that and patch a hole. So yeah, just a nice simple peace of mind kit to have. Throw that up there with my air compressor. But yeah, and some other terminals. These are mainly going to be for my heavier gauge solar wires, which I'm going to use in between things too. So I'm going to use these solar wires to run to like bigger things like this, because these are, I believe, 8 gauge. Bigger ones are 4 gauge. I believe these are 8 gauge. But yeah, some electrical tape. Oh, and then I just gonna make my own negative bus bar. They're like $20 online, maybe 17 online. But anyways, I just grabbed like a $3 metal plate. I'm gonna run some 1/4 20 screws through this, and it's just gonna be a big old metal negative bus bar. Just 1/4 20s to stick out. But yeah, it'll be more productive next week once that fridge and mattress are here. Those are like the final pieces that fit in here, like puzzle pieces, and then just, yeah, building around them. I think that was the other thing I think I mentioned last night. I want to make a little tiny foot cubby so I can sit here. Of course, there's a disaster zone in here and working. Did I show you this last night? I think I did. But the electrical is going to be down in and around my feet right now. But basically, I want to leave this little foot spot open with, storage bins that fit in there, but then I can sit here. Essentially, I'm thinking for cooking. Because then, point of view kind of thing, I'll have this countertop here, and then I want another countertop here. So essentially put the stove here, so you can cook with the stove inside and out with the fan straight above. But I think if I don't have a spot for my feet right here, it's, I'm gonna be sitting here cross-legged on my bed. But I think just a little like 1 foot footwell. And I might just notch out a little extra room for my toes even. Like, it might just be super small, just enough to stick my legs in here so I can just sit here properly. And then my fridge was in within arm's reach, stove within arm's reach. I'll have water here within arm's reach. It just makes so much sense to me, and I'm only giving up a little bit of room, and I'll get bins or make little boxes or just stuff whatever in here when I'm not using this as a place to put my feet. And then the electrical is going to be around the perimeter. So yeah, maybe I'll make some nice snug boxes that I just pull out when I want to cook inside like this, or early morning kind of make a coffee, boil some water kind of thing, make breakfast, and you don't want to get out of the van yet. But I'm feeling like I got lots of storage room here. Like with me sitting here, this little bit of footwell room, like I can come up higher here too. But yeah, I mean, it's all just a kind of a wing it. And I mean, down the road, I might just disassemble a section of this and rebuild it, right? Like I'm just using cheap plywood, cheap corner brackets. I know I'm going to want to change things the second I start using this, right? Like, oh, I should have done that a little differently. So I'm not going to go too much more into the finishing, like high-end finishing back here. Like even doing these aluminum edges, I mean, it's kind of overkill. They do add some strength to this bed platform, but that's probably going to be the end of my aluminum channels. Everything else is just going to be plywood, butt joint kind of corners, and just simple brackets that I can unscrew as well. I think will be key because I can just easily disassemble anything. Okay, well, I'll get to work, start some of this electrical down here. So yeah, I got these 2 walls. Essentially, I'm going to keep everything as tight as possible. And yeah, we'll start mounting some electrical stuff. Hey. So yeah, just watching the England-Senegal World Cup. Alright, there's enough. Alright, anyways. This is my alternator plug-in. So I got a fuse on order. I believe I chose an 80 amp. Or a 60. I think I went with 80. It's a little bit extra. So this is going to bend like this, attached to the fuse down there. This is my solar panel ground. This is my alternator and chassis ground on the bus bar. So I got all these other points to attach to for negative ground. And yeah, so then that's the negative solar panel. Here's the positive solar panel on a 60 amp fuse breaker. And that's sized for future additional panels. I'm hoping to get another 400 watts up there, like 200 watt panels on the lids of my cargo box. So that'd bring, yeah, 60 to about what I would need. So yeah, that loops around. Where's my controller? I don't know if I've showed you this yet. This is the Renogy controller I had on my camper. So it does everything. Alternator, solar, and then it all charges the battery. So this is going to sit here. Geez, it'll hurt to hold this camera. But yeah, the solar panel wire goes into this top connection here, so that's looping around perfectly. The alternator will come in on the bottom here after the breaker as well. And then this is the out to my battery, and this is also another negative. So this I'll probably run around to here. I'll do that shortly. That should just work out perfectly. Something like that. This is going to be tighter. Like that. Something like that. Try to make it all neat and tidy. But yeah, it's going to be all nicely done in there. And then yeah, then I'll run my positive point from my battery out to this. And then all my 12-volt wiring stuff down here will all tie into this. And then, I don't know, I might do a little negative bus bar for all of these wires. Right, because only one's positive, one's negative. Just make it super neat and tidy. I could just run a little bus bar along the bottom here. We'll see. Lots of options. But yeah, it's good to get this wiring all ready to go. And just, yeah, waiting for the batteries. And then it's just a couple connections to the batteries. And then everything's live. Hola, amigos. So yeah, it's going good. It's 6:45 Sunday, December 4th. So yeah, great start to the electrical. I'm super excited. That's like at least 50% done. And like all the other parts are just almost ready to go once I get the breakers, the batteries, and yeah, just a few other little cables to connect the batteries. So yeah, super excited. So yeah, I just did, let's see if I can show you this, Reflectix on the side of that door. I'm excited about that. It pinches tight to the weather stripping. I'll show you up here a little bit. So it's tight to my wood build out, the weather stripping, and then I've sealed it to the plastic part. So yeah, I mean, a pretty good vapor barrier and insulation anyways. A little bit of insulation. Main thing is the vapor barrier, so no cold air is seeping through there. So yeah, I just got the heat blasting against this door card, just so I don't break any of those clips. I'm gonna try to heat it up a little bit. It's getting pretty warm. And yeah, I'm just gonna go hard tonight. I might work till whenever, till I run out of things to do. I'll do this door. I think I'm gonna do the driver door, pop it off, see what that looks like. I also want to get speakers. I think they're 6-inch speakers. Probably go with these cheaper pile ones. They're kind of a good, I guess, budget speaker that sounds way better than the original paper cones. But yeah, I'll get those front door cards going. Maybe even the front passenger, which is on the side where Kira is, because it's a right-hand drive. And yeah, I'm just gonna try to get as much done as I can because yeah, tomorrow's minus 25. Tuesday it drops down to minus 36. I just saw, and it's still minus 8 right now. It's crazy how it was, minus 3 today, minus 8 right now in the evening, and then you were gonna wake up to minus 25 again. And then yeah, and it's gonna warm up a little bit, I think, to the teens, minus, of course, tomorrow, and then yeah, drop down to minus 36. So yeah, I'm just gonna get as much done as I can here, and then all my stuff's gonna come in this week, which is nice. And then yeah, I can kind of just throw the mattress in here, throw the fridge in here, and just like visualize things during the cold, frigid week. And it's supposed to warm up a little bit coming up to the weekend, kind of in around 10 to minus 15. So yeah, I'll get this door cord off. Maybe I'll show you that real quick. And yeah, just keep going here. Alright. So yeah, I don't know. Hour or two? I don't know. 8 o'clock. Got the panel off. I took this thing off, opened this part up, reached in, put as much kill mat as I can, as far as my arm could reach, basically, on the inside of the door. And then yeah, then I used a little bit of kill mat up here on the metal edge to join the vapor barrier, and I've just been taping parts of this plastic vapor barrier here that were not attached. So yeah, now that I got this plastic vapor barrier back, some extra kill mat on some places, I'm just gonna start the Reflectix up here, tape it on, and I just cut out where these pop clips are. One's here, one's here, one's here, one's here. And then I'll cut those out of the Reflectix, tape it all, and then yeah, I'm gonna try to seal this one up even better. Obviously this is gonna be right behind my ear when I'm driving, and of course it's in the back here. I could have done a little bit better job on that one. I kind of rushed through it. This one I'm kind of taking my time to make sure it's all sealed. I tucked some tape in behind the handle here to seal it as well. But yeah, and the extra sound deadening in here should make a difference. But yeah, let's get some Reflectix going, and yeah, hopefully I still get to the front driver door. It's also another cool thing, I don't know, with this driver's seat forward and reclined, like I could sit here on the ground, my feet would be against the cooler, but it's like, I don't know, it's like another place to sit and relax, and a nice, fairly comfortable backrest. Like say you had two people in here, for example, they could either sit up there, they could sit back there doing the kitchen thing, or say sit here on the ground. So like essentially, you could sit 3 people in here. There's 3 sitting locations, and or like a bed and a sitting location, for example. So starting to become it's very flexible in here. I love how this seat slides forward, and I think I can even slide it forward a little bit more. But anyways, it's all coming together in my head, and I'm thinking of ways to utilize this space more and more as I build. And yeah, I'm excited about this little kind of cozy spot, and if I can have some sort of little table here too, like work platform, to have a laptop out, could be nice. Even with the door open, I could be sitting here looking directly out the door at, say, the ocean or something like that. And then yeah, either door slides, and that was the idea of the bed there and this sliding door, to open it up with a view. You could even lay in bed and have a view, and or sit up here against the dash with both doors open and just have one post and have a view out that way. But anyways, this van is gonna be pretty sweet, I think, by the end of this, and I hope that these videos do everything justice, because a lot of thought has went into this. I've been planning this ever since I came back from Mazatlan in April, and even before that, I was looking at the ideas of different camper vans, working with a travel trailer for the last couple of years. It just kind of, there's limitations when you have a travel trailer. And yeah, there's pros and cons of being able to unhitch and leave your trailer behind all set up. With something like this, I mean, the only thing that I'm setting up outside is the awning. That's about it. So like, I'm not setting up a bunch of stuff. Everything's kind of self-contained. I don't even know if I'm going to have a table, like say a foldable table that I take outside. It's all going to be sliding out of the back hatch my outdoor kitchen, more or less. So this is just going to be a super unique little package. And I think even for 2 people, if that ever happens down the road, if I'm traveling with someone else in here, I think we can make it pretty versatile for 2 people to live out of this. And I got the bigger fridge for one, which is nice. And then, yeah, like I said, like there's like 3 different seating positions that say you could sit in here, you know, and or you throw in a foldable chair, throw it up in the roof cargo box, have a couple foldable chairs or a foldable table up there. If I can find some nice compact ones, which I've seen, you know, it'd be nice to, you know, have 2 chairs and a little table to be able to set up elsewhere. But yeah, I'm just dreaming again. But yeah, it's been a long day, and yeah, step by step, we'll get there. And I'll bring you along for the trip. Alright, I probably won't record anything more tonight. I'll get these door panels done, hopefully the front one too. And yeah, and then we'll wait out these minus 30, 35 days here. And then I'll show you all my goodies when they come in here near the end of next week or next weekend. Alright, talk to you later.